What is the biggest mistake that you have made?
God, too many.
Oh, that's a regret.
If I was 16 now, I'd have a bloody brilliant time.
If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't.
They don't know how to solve issues on their own.
It's a monstrosity.
Have you ever wondered what the regrets of some of the oldest and wisest people in the world are? What about their best pieces of life advice for someone of your age? I've interviewed over 1,000 older people, asking them about their secrets to living a more fulfilling life. And the group of 70-year-olds that you're about to learn from, their advice blew my mind. Today I'm going to share with you their best pieces of life advice and their biggest regrets. Okay, let's get into it. How old are you?
74.
77.
79.
What does it feel like to be 79?
We are slowly losing our memory, and I realize that, and this worries me.
If you could give one piece of advice to someone younger than you, what would you say?
Turn a cheek. If someone comes at you or yells at you or insults you, look the other way. If you answer back, you'll have a fight. What for? It's all worth it.
Don't be a follower. Be an independent mind. Have your own judgment about things. Otherwise, you're going to become a robot.
Take more risks, travel more, do everything that you think is a good idea. As soon as it comes into your head, just do it.
So did you not do that?
Not enough. You know, the golden years are not that golden. People say you can do all of this stuff till you're retired, but you never know what's going to happen to you. And while you're healthy, if you have an idea of something that you want to do, I wouldn't put it off. No.
Oh, did you settle down too quickly?
Yeah, I think so. I was married young and did what everybody else did. But if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't settle down quite so soon.
Make sure you do what you enjoy doing. Don't just get a job. Have a passion for what you're doing.
Don't worry so much about things. I worried about everything when I was young. After a while, you just think, what's the point? Just do it. If I was 16 now, I'd have a bloody brilliant time, knowing what I know now.
If you could go back in time and relive any age, is there one in particular you'd pick, and why?
My 20s, 30s, because it seemed like I was always striving, and always measuring myself against other people, other things, job-wise. In hindsight, what for?
In the end, you wish you hadn't done that?
Yeah, I wish I'd laid less stress upon myself in those years.
Between 35 and 45, because you already know exactly what you can do and what you cannot do and what you should not do.
Do you have an example of something that we shouldn't do?
Never do anything that might cause remorse in your mind afterwards, because remorse is something that you cannot repair.
What is a big mistake that you've made or a big regret that you have that you learned a valuable lesson from?
When I was young, I was very shy. Now I'm old, I don't care. I don't care what people think.
How did you stop being as shy?
Experience, maybe. Don't care anymore.
Just you fuck it. You're good.
Yeah.
So I guess the biggest mistake is probably working crazy hours and life when I was younger and not getting total enjoyment out of my kids when they were younger. That's a regret. But
So looking back, what would you have done differently? Like, let's say someone is, around that
family
age.
time and less work time.
More family time, less work time? Okay. What is the biggest mistake that you have made?
Too many. I voluntarily withdrew myself from seeing my mom for a while. We had an argument, and we got back together, and it was the best ever. And then I regretted the time I spent apart from her.
What did you learn about that?
That we all make mistakes, we all have difficulties, and sometimes you don't realize what the difficulties of others are until you're older and you start experiencing difficulties yourself. And then you say, now I see, so maybe I should have been kinder.
My friend, back to the video in just a second. It's one thing to listen to the amazing advice that we feature on our channel, but are you putting it into action? Over the last 2 years, we've interviewed more than 1,000 older people, asking them about their secrets to living a more fulfilling life. Now, we've combined their best advice and strategies to do so and put it into our goal-setting journal. To date, this goal-setting journal has helped over 4,000 people develop the discipline, clarity, and motivation to turn their biggest dreams into their reality. Now, we have made our final batch of them. So if you want to grab one before they run out, click the link in the description. Okay, back to the video. What is something that gets less important the older that we get?
Money? I suppose it works both ways. You worry that you're not going to have enough money, but on the other hand, you think, why do I keep saving? What am I saving for? Now I do the things that I want to do. I don't put them off now. You do, I suppose you think, well, I want to do it while I can.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today.
Everybody wants to be able to be prudent with their money, to put money aside, but I think you need to invest more time in your family and your friends and make sure you hang on to them, because as you get older, you lose those friends. They start having cancer issues, they start getting dementia, they start getting this and that and the other, and then you lose them. And before you know it, you're down to a few.
We seem to be focusing on a lot of nonsense, and as you get older, you sort of discard that and just focus on what's important to you. Staying healthy and making sure my grandchildren are looked after.
When you look at the 20-somethings of today, what do you think?
I think a lot of them are lost, and I don't know why. I think life was simpler back when I was that age. They don't know how to solve issues on their own. I think they depend too much on their parents and their grandparents.
Coping with everyday life. They don't get taught how to do it by their parents.
Right.
And so they can't cope, or they feel unhappy, and then they say they're depressed. They're not. They're unhappy just for today.
I've noticed that everybody, when they get in an elevator, automatically looks at their phone. I mean, it just seems you can't go 2 minutes.
Have you noticed that you only communicate via this thing, which I don't even give it a name, tap, tap, tip, 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 tip. It's like a telegram. It's a monstrosity.
What is your proudest accomplishment in your life?
I think bringing up 2 children that have been very successful in their careers and life.
Having a happy, successful marriage and raising 2 wonderful boys.
I mean, my kids happen to be very intelligent and very smart, and very well mannered, and they don't have any hatred in. I brought them up. Everybody is the same. If you're a good person, somehow everything works out to be good. That's it. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't had a chance yet to grab a copy of our goal setting journal, which has advice from over 1,000 interviews of people of all ages, click the link in the description to grab your copy. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.